My name is Robert. I'm with Spartan Mowers. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do a deck height interchange kit for 16 to 20 model mowers, RT and SRT models with the dial system. So everything you see here is what will come in your kit whenever you receive it. You're going to take your interchange bracket and your lock bracket and you're going to mount them together. You want to use this bronze bushing to separate the two. You will then take your 3/8 bolt, run it up through the bottom, and use your nylock nut on top. You want to snug that down. Once you snug it down, you want to back it off 1/8 of a turn, just like that, so that it moves freely. Next, you want to spin it around so that this bracket here is parallel with your interchange bracket, and you'll take your 1/4 inch bolt and a 1/4 inch nut. You want to run that down till there's about a thread or two left on the bolt. You want to take that and run it up through the bottom, and take your other 1/4 inch nut and run it down snug. After that, you want to take one of your 5/16 bolts, take your cable. Again, you want this bracket parallel with the interchange bracket here. You want it to be turned just over 90 degrees. And you're going to get your nylock nut and run it down. As you'll see, this is about 90. This is just past here. That's where you want it. And I'll explain that later when we install it on the machine. Then you're going to take your spring here, put it through the hole on your interchange bracket, and you're going to just hook it onto your lock bracket here on this bolt. You should be able to do that with your hand. And that's it for that. Once you got this installed, we'll go and we'll take your old arm bracket off of your mower and we'll install it with your new one. All right, so over here at the mower, we're going to take this lifting arm off to replace it with the new one. What you want to do is you want to take 2 blocks or 2 2x4s like I've done here to set the deck on. You want to make sure that all the weight is off of it. You can tell here it's not holding, it's not going anywhere. It's pretty simple to take this off. Before you take the arm off though, we're going to take this height selector here out so that we're not fighting it later. And if you'll leave this nut where it's at, it'll work good with the new one. You can put it right back in on the new one. Just take this back one off. And that's 15/16 wrench to get that off. We'll set that aside. Take 2 3/4 inch wrenches. Back these off here. Should pull out then once you take them 2 loose. Remove the 2 bolts. We'll set this one aside and we'll get the new one, bring it back. Here we got the new piece. It's got the reinforced bracket here that your cable will attach to. I just want to put it right back where we got the other one. Once you snug them up, you wanna back them off 1/8 of a turn. They still move, but they're still snug. All right, once you've secured your deck arm in place, you want to put your height selector back in. Once you get that in, you want to make sure that this selector is good and up and down perpendicular with the cam there. Take 15/16, tighten it up. Now what we'll do before we put our new sub-assembled piece on there, we're going to take this detent plunger assembly off here. You won't need that anymore. The new one will be a locking mechanism. Some of the newer models don't have the plate, it just has the plunger, so you'll just have to remove the plunger. But for this one, it has the plate, so we're going to go ahead and remove the plate. You'll take your 7/16, and there's two nuts on the bottom side here. Back them off. And the whole plate will come out with the plunger and everything. Now that we've got that done, we've got to take this piece off to mount our interchange bracket. Now you'll notice behind this one there's a shim that you can see. If your mower has that shim, it needs to stay in there. You need to keep that. So make sure you don't lose it when you're taking this apart. This is a 9/16. There's just two nuts on the back side here. Back those off. Pull these out. That's what that shim looks like. We'll set that aside and we'll go get our interchange bracket. So now we're gonna take the piece that we sub-assembled earlier and we're gonna place this right back in here over the existing bracket. Now you'll start this front one first. Don't tighten it up too much because we want to put that shim back in there. Put your back one on there loosely. Here's where we'll put that shim back in while we still have some play. Should just slide right down in there. And before you tighten these up, we want to make sure that this bracket is fairly square with the frame. Like so. Now that we've got that installed and it's falling into the cog pieces there, we want to put this in the transport position. So you'll just push on your pedal here, move to the transport position. All right, so now we're going to take our last 5/16 bolt and nut that we got in our hardware pack. We're going to take this cable and we're going to rotate it clockwise, 3/4 of a turn. The reason we do this is because when you bend it, it goes away from the mower to keep it from getting inside anything in there and hanging up. Run your bolt up through the bottom. Take your serrated nut on top and tighten it down snug, but not too tight. So then you're going to push it back 1/4 of an inch. Now we're going to remove the 2x4 blocks that the deck has been resting on. We're going to see if this thing works. Pull your deck back, adjust your adjust your cam system here and let it fall into place. Now we want to check here to make sure that this piece is lining up inside the grooves on the cam, which this one is off just a hair. Now see, this one is on the high point in the cam, so we want to take a pair of crescent wrenches and bend it over so that it's in that groove now. See how it's down in the groove? Spin it over slightly. The reason why we had to do it on this one is because it's got shimmed up, so it's not falling right into the groove. We'll move it one more time to make sure it's still working. As you can see there, it's still in the right spot, so that's what we want. Again, this is how you do your deck height interchange kit. If you have any further questions, feel free to call us over here at Spartan. We'll be glad to help you out.